Hello students, welcome to the e-learning platform presented by Mechanical Engineering Department of Dr. Bapuji Saloke Institute of Engineering and Technology, Kolhapur. In last session, we studied about the different engine components and different engine terminologies as an introduction to the first chapter. In today's session, we will be learning the different types of engine, that is 4-stroke engine and 2-stroke engine, CI engine and SI engine, and application of IC engine. Application and classification of IC engine we will be learning in today's session. The very first point is IC engine classification. We know that how internal combustion engine can be classified in number of ways. Here are the some of the following points that are discussed. Number 1, the type of the fuel used. Depends upon the type of the fuel used, engine can be classified as petrol engine, diesel engine, gasoline engine or hybrid engine. Hybrid engine which uses both fuel and electric engine. Second, nature of thermodynamic cycle. Depending upon the thermodynamic cycle, engine can be classified as Otto engine, which is also known as petrol engine, diesel engine and dual engine. Third is number of strokes per cycle. This we know. The engine is classified as 2-stroke engine and 4-stroke engine. Basically nowadays 4-stroke engine is being used widely. Fourth, method of ignition. Based on method of ignition, IC engine are classified in day-to-day use. There are two types of engine based on method of ignition. Number 1 is SI, that is spark ignition engine, which is also called as petrol engine, and number 2 is CI, that is compression ignition engine, which is also known as diesel engine. Fifth is method of cooling. Based on method of cooling, engine are classified as water cooled engine or air cooled engine. Usually the heavy engine or engine used in 4-wheelers are water cooled engine, whereas engines used in 2-wheelers, mopeds are air cooled engine. Next is speed of the engine. Based on the speed of the engine are classified as low speed engine, medium speed engine and high speed engine. Petrol engines are usually classified in as high speed engine. Next, number of cylinder. According to the number of cylinder, IC engine is classified as single cylinder engine or multi-cylinder engine. Besides this, there are another parameter on which we can classify engine in. The engine classification which you know you can also write. There is always a question based on engine classification in the theory paper. 4-stroke SI engine. In a 4-stroke internal combustion engine, the piston performs 4 separate complete strokes by moving from TDC to BDC, that is suction, compression, power and exhaust, during 2 complete revolution of engine crankshaft and 1 single thermodynamic cycle, performing 1 power stroke. There are commonly 2 types of 4-stroke engine which we know as SI engine and CI engine. Both are closely related to each other but have a major difference in their design and behavior. SI engine was invented by Nicholas August Otto in 1876. That is why petrol engine is also known as Otto engine. Since ignition occurs due to the spark, petrol engine are called as spark ignition engine, SI engine. In 4-stroke SI engine, power cycle is completed in 4 strokes. That is, cycle is completed in complete 2 revolutions of crankshaft. Each stroke consists of 180 degree of crankshaft rotation. Therefore, the whole cycle requires 720 degree of rotation of crankshaft to complete the power stroke. The first stroke is suction stroke. As shown in figure, suction stroke starts when the piston is at top dead center, starts moving downward and opening the inlet valve. The low pressure air created in the carburetor is sucked into the combustion chamber. Next is compression stroke. During this stroke, piston start moving upward by compressing the fresh charge, the air fuel mixture, to a compression ratio of 6.5 to 10 into clearance volume. During compression, temperature and pressure increases just before the end of compression stroke. An electric spark is produced by the help of spark plug and the fuel is ignited. Combustion takes place when piston is at the top dead center. Third is expansion stroke. Due to high pressure developed by the burnt gases, which forces the piston towards BDC, that is to bottom dead center. During stroke, both suction and exhaust valve are closed. The power is obtained during the expansion of burnt gases. Both temperature and pressure decreases during expansion. Last is exhaust stroke. At the end of expansion stroke, the exhaust valve opens, which allows the exhaust gases to move outside. When the piston moves from BDC to TDC, the exhaust valve closes at the end of exhaust stroke and some residual gases remain inside the cylinder. The second type of engine is 4-stroke CI engine. This engine was developed by Rudolf Diesel in 1893 and is also known as diesel engine. In diesel engine, the spark plug is not required for igniting the air-fuel mixture because the fuel is injected and forms an explosive mixture which ignites under pressure. The diesel engine works on the principle of diesel cycle. 4-stroke CI engine is similar to the 4-stroke SI engine in working other than the use of fuel injector instead of spark plug. It also consists of 4 strokes: suction, compression, power and exhaust. First stroke, suction stroke. In suction stroke, the piston moves from TDC to BDC, which causes the inlet valve to open. The air pressure is low inside the cylinder, which causes the atmospheric air to come inside the cylinder during suction stroke. Next is compression stroke. In compression stroke, the piston moves from TDC to BDC, compressing the air to a compression ratio of 14 to 22 into clearance volume during compression. Temperature and pressure is increased. At the end of compression stroke, fuel is injected with the help of fuel injector by fuel pump. The fuel does not ignite immediately upon injection. There is a definite period of apparent inactivity. This inactivity is known as ignition lag. During this period, there is no rise in pressure in combustion chamber and combustion takes place when the piston is at TDC. Next is expansion stroke. Due to combustion, large amount of heat energy is released which increases tremendous pressure inside cylinder, which causes the piston to move from TDC to BDC, performing expansion stroke. Thus, the power is obtained during expansion of burned gases. During this, both suction and exhaust valve are closed. Both temperature and pressure decreases during expansion stroke. And last is exhaust stroke. At the end of expansion stroke, the exhaust valve opens and the piston moves from BDC to TDC to sweep out the remaining gases. Next point is two-stroke engine. Two-stroke engine performs only two-stroke to complete one cycle. In four-stroke cycle, the power is obtained only once in two revolutions of the crankshaft. Therefore, more attention was paid to obtain power once in every revolution of crankshaft, and this led to the development of the two-stroke engine. Two-stroke engine, the cycle is completed in one revolution of the crankshaft. Two-stroke cycle engine will theoretically give more power from a four-stroke cycle engine of similarly same size. Two-stroke are sufficient to complete the cycle, one for compressing the fresh charge and the other for expansion or power store. Two-stroke engine is again classified as two-stroke SI engine and two-stroke CI engine. Working for both is same, but the only main difference is of the igniting the charge. That is, in SI engine, the charge is ignited with the help of spark plug, whereas in CI engine, the charge ignites due to the high pressure built up in the combustion chamber. Following two-stroke SI engine will be explained further. Next is two-stroke SI engine. The two-stroke IC engine is similar in construction to the four-stroke IC engine, except that the valves are replaced by the ports as shown in figure. The two-stroke engine consists of cylinder piston assembly, connecting rod, crankshaft, cylinder head, crankcase, and ports such as intake port, exhaust port, and transfer port. The closing and opening of port is controlled by the movement of piston. Inlet valve provides the fresh charge. Transfer port is provided to take the compressed charge from crankcase to the cylinder, whereas exhaust port is provided to remove the waste gases. There is only one power stroke is completed in one revolution of crankshaft because of suction and exhaust stroke are eliminated. The air is sucked through the spring-loaded inlet valve, which or when the pressure in crankcase reduces due to the upward motion of the piston during compression stroke. When piston moves from TDC to BDC, the charge in crankcase is transferred through transfer port into cylinder. Then this charge is compressed to the compression ratio of 6.5 to 10. Due to compression, the temperature and pressure increases. Just before the end of compression, an electric spark takes place with the help of spark plug. The charge is ignited and burned, which creates pressure on piston to move the piston in downward, that is BDC, causing expansion, and power is generated at the crankshaft. At the same time, the exhaust port and inlet port are open. The fresh charge enters in the cylinder, sweeping the burned gases out. Based on today's session, there is some student activity that you all student must follow. Please try to write the question and answers for this question using your own words or by using any other means of sources. Question number 1. Compare SI engine and CI engine with different parameters. That is difference between spark ignition engine and compression ignition engine with different parameters. And question number 2. Compare two-stroke engine and four-stroke engine. These questions are provided so that this helps you to gain knowledge, as these questions are also being asked in your theory paper of MSBT. Let us quickly summarize what we have learned in today's session. Number 1. Working of four-stroke engine. Working of four-stroke SI, that is spark ignition engine, and working of four-stroke CI, that is compression ignition engine, has been explained and studied in this session. Next is working of two-stroke engine. Working of two-stroke SI engine has been explained in this session. Students are requested to please understand the working of four-stroke engine properly so as to their further concepts are clearly based on the working of the four-stroke engine. Thank you.